Hi, my name's Ian. I'm an engineer. I've done some business. In fact, at one point I worked on a liquid natural gas project, and man, like the pressures are crazy. Uh, and at another point, I worked in a chemical factory making NH3, this molecule, and just never connected the dots. Um, so here's the shocking good news. Okay, like liquid natural gas, there's other fuels that we can bring into the market uh, that can substitute for coal, right? That can substitute for gasoline. That can do nice things. And the thing that was shocking for me, because I mean I just never put two and two together. See, this nitrogen and hydrogen, if you get the hydrogen from green energy, from electrolysis, the whole thing's green. And so this, it has a branding problem. It's ammonia, and people don't think of ammonia as fuel. So I've heard of people calling this nitrogen power. Okay? So the shocking thing is nitrogen power could be the the big solution. I according to my math, it looks bigger than batteries. It looks bigger than hydrogen. Um, and and one of the reasons is the economics work. They do. So let me show you some of the economics. All right. So because this is an existing thing, uh, a lot of the numbers talk about um, dollars per ton. All right. So you take wind energy, electrolysis, suck the nitrogen out of the air, and for about 500 bucks a ton is sort of a general number people throw around. You can make this stuff. Um, and, it's sensitive to the cost of energy. So here's some Montana numbers. Unsubsidized, they're just cost of wind. It's like 32 to $62 a megawatt hour. And using this chart, okay, the green numbers, see how they go up? They're going up depending on the cost of electricity. So 500 is kind of towards the low end between the 30 and 60. Like it is with today's tech, really kind of a pretty accurate guess. Um, if you're going to invest $1 billion, you'd probably want to do some sensitivity analysis. Like this is just, broad strokes, but like let's take $500. What does that mean to a trucker, uh, you know, with a rig, right? Like, what does that mean to a family on a long weekend? So the cost per ton is $500. The liters in a ton, it's it's lighter than water. So there's about 1,600 liters in a ton. So dollars per liter, it's like 30 cents. Dollars per gallon, $1.14. Right? So that's pretty cheap, right? Um, but it doesn't have the same energy density as diesel, right? So the diesel megajoules per liter is 36, where hydrogen it's 11 or 11 and a half. So basically, you would need 3 liters of ammonia of nitrogen power to go the same distance as 1 liter of diesel because each liter has less energy packed into it. Okay. So multiplying by 3.1, uh, it's 94 cents or $3.50 a gallon. Okay. Right. Like this is still pretty reasonable. Um, in the US, refining is about 25% additional, uh, or sorry, 25% of the total, so 50% additional. Distribution taxes, again, 11%, 14%. So, you have to pay for the pumps, right? So let's add that in. In the US, sorry, in Canada, numbers are similar, but the taxes are quite higher, um, quite a bit higher. Okay, so again, we'll take that into account. So if you add 20% for distribution, if you add 15% for tax, it's $1.27. It's for a liter. It's 4.80 per gallon. It's it's totally in the realm of like, yeah, we can do this. And you're not exposed to Middle East politics in the same way. You're not exposed to Russian invasions. This is You can make this in Montana and use it in Montana. So like it really changes market dynamics while being totally green, right? Totally green. So, you know, I will acknowledge, I said at the beginning, hydrogen batteries, but one of the reasons is, so this chart talks about energy content per gallon. So diesel has the most. Diesel has the most energy per gallon. Uh, Gasoline has less. It has 31 megajoules instead of 36, right? So this ammonia has, like I said, 11 and a half. Compressed natural gas. Okay, could we do green methane? Well, at quite a high pressure, it has the same energy as ammonia. So would you rather have high pressure or not? Right? You know, in hydrogen, you would need a tank double the size at like 1,000 atmospheres. The pressure that people are noodling around with, like, when they do like a hydrogen race or something, that pressure is insane. It's crazy, right? And then talk about the energy density of batteries, right? We're dragging these things around. What's the energy density? It's pitiful. Nitrogen power ammonia is 11 and a half. Lithium is one, one megajoule per liter. There's not a lot of energy. Ton, Literally tons of materials, right? That all needs to be mined, right? Which is why your green break even on these things is like 100,000 kilometers. It fuel makes a lot of sense. It just So this is another chart just showing comparison with other fuels in costs per kilometer. All right. So gasoline, remember, like, yeah, gasoline is a resource, but it's expensive to extract. There's a lot of labor, a lot of technology. It's still costs money to get it. So gasoline USD is like $6 for 100 kilometers. Hydrogen, because the compression, the storage, everything about it's crazy. It's just a tiny bit cheaper. Wildly, in my view, unsafe and technically challenging, but just a little bit cheaper. Compressed natural gas, again, huge compression. Again, just a little bit cheaper. So we're now down to almost $5, right? Diesel, just under $5, 470, right? A hybrid electric, listen, it makes sense to use hybrids, like having the regen braking. Like, why would you throw that energy away? We should have some batteries, but we shouldn't have tons and tons of batteries in every vehicle. All right. So hybrids, yeah, it saves you a lot of money. It's $4.50. Methanol, uh, 3.5. I'm not sure how they do that, whether they're including subsidies or not. Electric, sure. Electric, if you're not including the capital cost of the batteries, just the pure electricity, yeah, it's pretty cheap, 3.2. But using these numbers, ammonia is 3.1. It's unsubsidized, the cheapest thing, and it's green. So I'm excited about this. Uh, it's and it's not vapor. it's not like Toyota has a partnership in China. They're making these things. The F1 team, uh, engine builder, Cosworth, they are making flex fuel motors that can run on ammonia. This is real commercial technology, and it's totally green and it's totally cheap. So there you go. That's the good news. All right. Take care.